Thanks for staying with us. So our guest is Deyemi Okanlawon, a famous Nigerian film, television, theater, and voice actor. He has featured in so many Nigerian blockbusters, and he's releasing his brand new Cha-Cha movie. Welcome, Deyemi, to the studio.
You're welcome.
We're discussing love this week, and I know your movie is just apt for this season, the perfect all's fair in love. But I know we're good. Before we came on, we're talking about the fact that condoms have gotten so expensive, 200% increase. So we're trying to speak to somebody from NACA to give us some insights into how to protect ourselves this season. So once I get her on, then I'll have to come back to you. But let's just come to you first. How are you doing?
Woo!
Congratulations in advance.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We had the premiere of All's Fair in Love last night, and for the first time, the world got to see what we've been working on for so many months. It's been a labor of love, a real labor of love, and I'm happy that we are presenting to Nigerians a special Valentine's gift because we need it.
Yes.
Nigerians have gone through a lot.
Yes, we have.
Over the last 1 year and a few days ago. So we need this, something that will take away the stress, something that will make life a little bit softer. And All's Fair in Love is just the perfect Valentine's movie.
I'm happy that we have this because, every time it's Valentine's, Oyinbo will bombard us with all the Valentine movies.
Yeah.
We don't have like our own Valentine. There are a couple of others, but it's good to see that we have more. And now, you're the heartthrob of Nigerian movie industry. When we see Timini, we know love is inside.
What a combination.
Yes, what a combination. So I'm expecting sizzling chemistry, things that will, what are we going to see that, we'll refer to it in 5 years. I'm like, that movie, that line. You know how we watch Pretty Girl and like there was that line that they said.
Yeah.
Is that what we're expecting?
There's a lot to expect. There's a lot to, we put in everything. We put in everything. And I just think that, and I think I overheard you talking about single people, and I realized that we need to learn self-love. You don't have somebody loving you, love yourself. And one of the best ways to love it is go and watch a good, wholesome movie, and enjoy yourself. So everybody, be you're dating, you're married, go and watch the film. Because if you're married, you learn how to love and love and love and love again.
Yeah, I'm imagining Kule Remi watching Miriam call you heartthrob of Nigeria and the Yimu.
And you know the Yimu.
And the Yimu. So what did you do with him in this movie? Did they or how?
Oh, Kule couldn't make it to this film. We tried, we worked through schedules.
He was busy getting married.
He was planning a whole wedding, we couldn't allow it then.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's the cast like? Who are those that made the
First and foremost, I'd like to special shout out to Kunle Bantefa, who I worked with for the first time when I was 9 years old. Wow. And I just knew I wanted to, reenact that scenario. He played my father when I was 9 for a TV commercial. Wow. Yes, and then I said, my first film, this man's going to play my father again.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many years later, if my age never cast. But then there was Ireti Doyle as well. Amazing. She just brought energy. Into the film, and then Juliet Ibrahim, played Kunle Bantefa's new wife, we had Timini.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm told the clip is ready, so we might as well just watch it ourselves.
Okay.
Let's see.
And I mean that in the nicest way.
You with me, and then you just run.
It's always a pleasure doing business with you.
Who's the winner again? First rule of success, don't talk too much. I'm not happy. Lily?
Tony can stop with design time. She tell her to a new set of design.
Last year we did 200 million naira in sales. We spent even more than that.
Your father is willing to invest money in your company.
Not interested. We need to raise money.
But isn't that what the business consultant that we're trying to hire is supposed to fix?
You wait until we find one.
To make DK the #1 clothing line in Nigeria.
You don't think we're #1 already?
Be intentional about international collaborations.
What are your international connections?
To break into the international market, you need the right links. It can be expensive, it can be difficult. This is where I come in.
I got no bad at all. Like her. I would like to work with her. You like her?
No. She's going to be working for us, so we can't even like her.
Sure.
We need to make a decision on our investor. We need the money now. I just want us to keep this a secret. Just between you and I.
Secret lovers?
Just until we sign the papers.
Don't talk to me in that condescending manner.
Ah, I like that.
No,
Hey, who go settle the matter?
Okay, let me let you jump in here.
So I see there's a lot of suspense in the promo. Like, I want to understand there's a love play between one lady playing two friends or siblings or all of that, and I want to see how that plays out. But on-screen chemistry, how do you guys pull it off? Like, I can even understand when Timini does it, but like you know now, you're a father.
And a husband.
And a husband. You cannot be doing this because people will be catching feeling for you now inside this. But how was that like to create the on-screen chemistry?
For me, there's something that I've done since inception, since I started working as an actor. You see, those feelings have to be real, but they don't translate.
Yeah, we know now.
The question is, where are the feelings coming from, right? I've been married for 11 years. And what I just do is I take the feeling that I have
For your wife.
my wife, for real, and I just project it. And that's what they see.
Irolungpa.
No, I mean, I think that's what we see. Because to be honest, I'm telling you, there are times you're working with people you don't even like. And you still have to have chemistry.
Because you're professional.
So where is it going to come from? You know? And that's it.
Seems to be a very reserved person.
Yeah.
From your page is where I said this.
Hey.
Following you like this.
Following you.
So how
Ladies,
does she take it?
For my wife, a woman to marry me,
We should know.
and I'm like this. She's not reserved anything. She's in control. She's in full control.
Is she on set in this time of time?
No. She stayed. Yeah, she likes to be on her own path.
I'm so sorry. Let me just throw in this question. When you were going to start promoting this movie, you went all about the fact that this is road to 1 billion, and is it? It's like, it's an ambitious goal. Are you being realistic about the fact that you believe this movie is going to get you 1 billion? Or you feel like, okay, let's set the big goal so that if we don't get it, we'll get this way? What was that about?
So it's two things. The first thing is that I will never stand in the way of God doing whatever he wants to do. So I've declared it 1 billion. You know, we've seen it's a possibility.
Yeah.
We've seen it's a possibility, right? So I put it out there. And then there are numbers that you look at and say, historically, these kind of films have done this amount at this time of the year in the cinemas. And I keep that aside as well. You know? And I say, God, whichever one that you're going to do, I'm going to accept.
So tell me about the storyline. I mean, who came up with this storyline? And, I mean, how did you come about it?
So I was just randomly thinking about what I wanted to do next with my life. I had gotten to a point where I've done some really great films. And I was thinking it was time to do something new. And I started to look at producing and what that would entail. I said, okay, if we're going to do something, I knew Valentine's was coming. How about we do something that's romantic? Again, as I said, things have been tough. I don't want to do anything complicated that people have to start thinking.
To understand the story.
Or be reminded about what we're doing. No,
I don't like gone.
And something nice and sweet. No shifting, no problems. You know, and that's what we did. And I sat down. You know me, I'm online. I like to look for trouble. So I said, let's add a little bit of troublemaking. Let's figure something out. And the story just popped into my head that, you know, it would be good to get a love triangle type story. You know, so there's that clash between people that we consider friends, you know, and then just make something beautiful out of it.
Which is interesting because usually love triangles, it will be 2 women and a man. But in this case, I see 2.
So publicly, that's how it is. But we know privately,
I don't know about that.
But it's true now. It's true.
Well,
the women are more open about their own.
I'm talking about movies. Usually you see 2 men.
We're talking about real life. Movies and real life.
I'm talking about your movie. So, you know, this is your first production. And I know that it must have cost, you know, a lot of money, resources. How much did you expect? So how much did you have to lean on friends to help you, or did you who bankrolled you?
this movie?
Who bankrolled you?
He was good.
Deyemi, let's be
No,
serious.
I'm
You
serious.
see this
Okay,
service
let's tell us.
For the
industry.
first time, I'm a Yoruba man, fully. I can tell you, I don't remember the last time in fact, even as a young man, that I went to my parents to ask for money. I cannot tell you when anybody ever came and said, come and take this. I'm the one doing for people. This is the first time in my life that I had to reach out to my people around me and say, I need help.
Yeah.
And people came through for me.
Wow.
You know, this is the most beautiful experience of my life so far.
Fantastic.
I wanted to add that, you know, this is your time. The service industry, music, films, we are going global. And I'm looking at the commercial banks and how they give loans and all of that to other businesses.
Filmmakers.
Why are you people not in that collaboration right now where they fund the entire project?
It's a series of reasons. But from their perspective, they don't have what it takes to understand our industry, you know, and they can't really understand the intricacies of our financials, right? And on our part, we also don't have enough professionals coming. I've always said that Nollywood just needs a few more professionals to come in.
Study the numbers.
And once it becomes more attractive, and we're getting very attractive now.
Yes.
I left my job 10 years ago, you know, to join Nollywood because I saw this industry is getting more attractive. There are lots more people who can come in and add value to us. And once that happens, you know, we'll see a merger between the financial industry and the film industry.
Let me pause you for a second, because I'm told our NACA guest, that's the Acting National Agency for Control of AIDS. She's the Acting Director, Resource Mobilization at NACA. That's Dr. Yinka Falola Anyumwa. Welcome, madam. Are you there? Hello, madam. You might need to unmute. I'm told she's on Zoom. Please unmute yourself so we can hear you. Okay, we're having trouble connecting with her. So let me come back to you, Deyemi. I know we've been discussing your movie, which is fine. What are you doing for Valentine? What are you doing for Madame? How are you reassuring her that Deyemi in the movie is different from the Deyemi in the house?
So, Madame has been on a work trip since December.
You're kidding.
Yes. She's out of the country till April.
Oh my God.
So I'm right now doing daddy and mommy for my
Those
boys.
are cute boys.
Yes, housework that I've not done in 10 years. Because the house helps left in Christmas. During Christmas, I didn't come back.
Okay, that's it.
So
These are talking points. Wait, these are talking points. I'm told she's back now. Okay, we have plenty to talk about. Dr. Yinka, are you there? Thanks for calling. Are you there? Oh, finally. It's good to have you, ma.
Yes, thank you.
Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning. We were talking earlier before our guest came in that the price of condoms had skyrocketed recently, and there's a possibility that quite a number of people, even this season, might be engaging in all sorts of unprotected intimacy. And because you are the director in charge of NACA, you might have to give us an idea on what are the numbers looking at like today, these days, when it comes to HIV, AIDS, and all the sorts of sexually transmitted diseases, so people can be aware of what's out there.
Yeah, thank you very much. Prices of everything is skyrocketing. And we cannot say because prices are skyrocketing, you will not eat, you will not do basic of life. So the same as whatever pleasure you want to have, you have to put all your facts on the table. That if you contract HIV, as prices of preventive commodities are skyrocketing, prices of medication too, they are skyrocketing. When you even want to take paracetamol now, you know it was something that would not break your pocket before. But even buying paracetamol now can break your pocket. So you have to put all your facts on the table and choose wisely. Whatever you want to do to enjoy Valentine or to enjoy your life, you have to consider all the stakes. if you contract any STD, any STI, any of the sexually transmitted infections, or even HIV, it's a lifelong issue. So many of the sexually transmitted infections, you spend a long time and a lot of money to treat them. So even if people are saying condoms are expensive now, it's not readily available there, it's still something to consider than engaging in risky behaviors. So the agency, that's the National Agency for the Control of AIDS, we continue to tell people to make wise decisions. Do not share love, do not share HIV, do not share sexually transmitted infection.
Back in the days, we used to have, at this time, agencies and some NGOs sharing condoms in schools to help. So is NACA looking at such a thing at this Valentine?
Yeah, I don't think condoms are shared in schools, or maybe higher institutions, you mean, because they can only be given to adults. But because the way programs are run these days, resources are bigger, a lot of resources have to go into keeping almost 2 million Nigerians that are living with HIV on lifelong medication to suppress the virus in them and make them live meaningful lives in spite of their HIV status. It's a lot of resources from our development partners, from the government itself, and the development partners are withdrawing. So a lot of government money we have to increase domestic resourcing of keeping these people alive. So sharing condoms might not be one of the priorities that will get attention. And again, it's also something that you have to decide to do and be ready to pay the price to do it.
Okay.
So it's not something that we can see that people will, there is a total marketing approach for programs that you have to pay the price for whatever pleasure you want.
Thank you so much, madam, for joining. We just wanted to, touch base with you to be sure of what your agency is doing, especially this season. We'll be speaking with the acting director, resource mobilization at NACA. That's Dr. Yinka Falola Anemwa. Thank you, madam, for joining us this morning.
Thank you. Thank you. Long wisely. Happy Valentine's Day.
Thank you, madam. Coming back to our guest, so we were talking about how you're planning Valentine. You told us that madam has been away from December till April. Please, ladies, you have him for breakfast. You can have him for breakfast.
No, but I think that we would be a bit more compassionate towards you because you've been handling that well and balancing work, which some men think it's impossible and don't allow their women.
Michelle.
Yes.
Michelle, how you manage?
How you manage?
How am I managing? I'm not managing. I'm not. It's a lot of work. Like what I'm thankful. Like, it is very overwhelming. It is very overwhelming. I haven't been able to work.
Okay.
Take on acting gigs, and thankfully I have this production that I've been working on. And the beauty of production is I'm working from home. I'm on my laptop. They wake up in the morning, they see me, they kiss me good morning, I take them to school, they come back, they meet me at home, we do homework together, we shower, we do things, we eat. And it's been a real bonding moment for me. It's not practical because at some point, I'm going to have to get back to work. But thank God, that I've been, engaged in doing other things.
Do you have help at home? Grandma, support.
Yeah, grandma.
Yeah, so, again, I don't like, putting my responsibilities on other people. So grandma, as she's available, she comes around, she helps. Sometimes the kids will go over, stay the weekend and come back. And that's how we've been managing it. And
But have you been taking care of your emotional needs while she's been away?
My emotional needs?
Yes.
We're on the phone all the time. All the time.
Bringing it back to the
Sorry,
movie.
I don't understand this phone thing, no.
It's video calls.
What does happen?
Can do video call, please. Don't
What does that
ask
mean?
too many questions.
Hearing these video calls, this is yesterday. You were saying yesterday.
You can do video calls.
What does that mean?
Don't worry. Ask your husband.
Wait, let your husband travel there.
Video call that they are doing. What's the
Yes, I want to bring it back to the movie because I understand that we're on the road to 1 billion.
Yeah.
And for us to achieve that, it means that there needs to be a lot more collaboration. And online, you reached out to one person who seemed to have the Midas touch with production. Funke Akindele hits the billion, and I felt really like, it's nice.
Yeah.
Is it joking? Is it serious? Inside the real Latimamo Toro. So like, jokingly and seriously, you asked that, show me the way. And how has the response been from people towards that?
You see, I believe that despite all the things that we see, inside us, Nigerians are good people.
Yeah, I believe so too.
Inside us, Nigerians, they just need to forget the frustration of what we're going through. And then if you touch them on the inside, be like, okay. Because people have, there's so many people standing up for me, supporting me. Reaching out to say, what do you need? How can we help? Do you know how to post trailers? And I've been very careful not to take too much advantage of people trying to help me. People are already buying tickets for other people.
Wow.
They may want to buy 10, 20. Some brands have reached out, want to buy 1,000 tickets.
Oh.
Yes, I'm going to start sharing those things from today.
Wow.
People want to say, they're saying to people that, look, we understand Valentine's, you might not have enough, to have a special Valentine's. We'll provide tickets, go to this cinema.
Whoa.
First 10 people to get there, you're going to watch it for free because it's already been paid for.
Oh, wow. Fantastic.
Yeah, so that's how we're going to reach that 1 billion.
I believe.
So is it, go ahead, Mariam.
Yeah, so, you talk a lot about how people are reaching out to you, and you're sort of like I'll describe it like an industry favorite. In many films, many actors love you. How would you advise someone who's coming into the industry to, navigate themselves, especially when it comes to networking and forming relationships?
I come from a sales and marketing background.
Okay.
So for me, my path was clear. Once I got in, I understood. Like, I hardly did auditions. Because it's like going for job interviews, There's a difference between when you go and apply, all these things that they do, they write exams and all that.
And they call you.
It's different when they call you because they've seen results. So I leveraged, and I learned that early on. So I decided, let me focus on showing results. Let me do the short films, the web series, so I can have the conversations because I'm a salesperson. I was the guy who used to knock on doors, they'll slam the door in my face, So rejection is
normal for you.
No, it's normal.
Yeah.
So walk up to people, introduce yourself, present yourself properly, show your work, proof of your work, and engage them in conversations. But the mindset is always, how can I add value to you? It's not, please come and put me in your film. So I'm always there, I have information. Oh, there's a new film festival. Have you submitted your film? Or even compliments, work. Compliments is giving something.
Right.
I loved your film. Congratulations on the success of your film. How can I help? You're promoting film in cinema. I promoted so many people's films in cinema that I was not inside. So
you've sown seeds.
So there's that. Then there's the fact that I'm not going to excuse anybody. I'm going to call every single person out.
You owe me one. You owe me one.
Everybody, come. It's my turn now.
Yeah.
Come and help me. I need help.
So tomorrow is Valentine's Day. What are you doing exactly? We know you're premiering the movie, obviously. So there are no flowers, no nothing, none of those things.
What are you sending
Are you sending over to the diaspora, to your wife?
You know how much dollar has changed. There are things. Our wedding anniversary, our 11th wedding anniversary was in January.
Nice,
so I've done something.
We saw those.
Recently.
Yeah.
Yes, we saw that.
It's not enough.
Not enough,
Can never
So we'll do, I have some things lined up. Surprise her. I don't know that I'm going to be surprised.
Okay.
I can tell you that, but it's okay.
They are just distance.
It's true.
They're not these women now.
No, what are your plans for Valentine? What have you bought for that?
But do you believe in love? Like love, like the real core of it? Because the reason I ask is because on this show, we've always talked about the fact that people marry for different reasons, and people then find out that, okay, I'm 10 years down, and I'm like, okay, I don't love this woman anymore, I don't love this man. Do you really believe that there are people that are in marriages without real love, or how do you really find that real love?
The first thing you need to do is define love. That's the biggest problem. The biggest problem is that people's definition of love are different, are skewed, are incorrect. a lot of times. And people seem to think that love, well, I'm not going to negate the fact that it is, but love is not essentially a feeling. It's not a feeling. Because feelings come and go. Love is a commitment. It's a commitment to give of yourself to somebody else. It's a commitment to give of yourself to somebody else to make them a better version of themselves. And in doing so, you become a better version of yourself. So that's a lifelong sacrifice. You know, and if you remember, and there'll be moments, yes, there'll be moments where the feeling of love, because that commitment is what births the feeling. And if you remain there, you know, remain committed. I mean, I remember one time we had issues, you know. Yeah, we had issues. And one day I just looked at this woman and I said, you know what? If you like, run mad. I will love you. I will love you. And I feel like God taught me a lesson. He pointed out and said, you know what? Because I was complaining to God, I don't want to say I should marry her. You know, how can she be like this? And I heard a whisper in my head. It said, love her. I said, but she did this. He said, love her. He said, but she's like this, but love her. And I said, that's why I'm telling you to love her. Love her, not in spite of those things, but because love her. Because love is a giving. And I got up from that prayer and I realized what I needed to do. And we still make mistakes. I'm not perfect. I'm trying. It's hard, you know. But
talking about it's hard. Let's stay on it's hard.
Why is it hard?
Why is it hard? Because
why is it hard now?
Yeah, because there are lots of women, because they tell us women are attracted by what they see.
Yeah.
Here's your wife is all the way in wherever London or wherever it is, and you're a man, you are seen, and you're a movie star,
Yes,
and you're a Yoruba demon, and you enter parties and you are seen.
I'm seeing my children every morning. I'm seeing the bills that are coming. I'm seeing the economy, and I'm saying, it's better to just focus on my family. I have a mother that I'm taking care of. I'll now be looking
all
at
those aunties that celebrating around you, they're wasting their time.
They can be there.
You know, there's this very beautiful girl you've been doing you have a few clips with.
Oh, yeah. She's in the film.
Yeah,
Beauty
Tukura.
Yeah,
She's such a beauty. I mean,
she's a beauty, not just outside. Inside as well. She's a real gem. Real gem. I think she's one of the most, Nigeria is just about to see how talented this young girl is.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's cool.
And that's it.
You have a few, going still within the movie, apart from Beauty, which is someone that everybody doesn't really, we've not really gotten to see much about her. There's another social media, the Benita, then the guy. There's this guy that does diction, Kenzie. I am looking forward to seeing Kenzie in that movie. I definitely want to see how he's able to interpret the roles. Was there any consideration when picking the actors for this particular movie, or did you want?
Oh yes, it was a lot. Of course, it was going to be heavily based off of relationship.
Relationship, right?
Relationships. Because I can tell you, I don't know that there's any, there are a few that can afford to have the kind of cast that I have. I could not afford them. So till today, is Idobale, for Uncle Kunle, for Auntie Reti, I'm so grateful to have that level. I mean, it was a lot of work just having the conversations and saying, look, I need help, And I think that my motto, after I no go agree for anybody.
The second word is
I need help.
You need help, you should speak.
Yeah.
Our fans are loving you. They said this guy is well polished.
Well,
in love with you. They said you can easily tell. And someone's saying you're not faking any accent. They are expecting the Nigerian actor to come with one.
He has his accent, though.
No,
do not just use it today.
Say,
but how is your wife managing your fame? How is she? Because we don't see much of her. Once in a while we do. But how could you just give us an insight into how she's? Because there are lots of women today are attracted to movie stars. They want to be like your wife. They want to marry a Deyemi, but they're not sure how it's going to be in reality.
Especially because she didn't marry Deyemi, the actor.
Exactly.
Yeah,
that's the thing. See, that's the thing you guys need to
so
understand.
how is she managing your fame today? So
I need to explain how my wife and I met. We went in school, Unilag, chemical engineering. She was a few years, my junior. And we never spoke. Because our shakara is too much. And myself, I get shakara. It wasn't until we got out of school that we started to interact and we saw, and then, one thing led to another. We realized we're going to spend the rest of our lives together. I was working a 9 to 5. She was working 9 to 5. And I told her, after doing church drama, And I said, babe, the way this drama thing is going, it's like the hand of God is inside this thing. The hand of God is inside. I don't know what will happen in the future. We got married in January. By August, I got some amazing offers that needed me to leave work to go and act. And because I was scared, and I presented it to her. I said, this is what we have, and we can survive for a year. Give me 1 year. Let me go and do this thing, get it out of my system, and, let's see what happens.
Yeah.
That was 11 years ago. August of the same year we got married was when I left, 9 to 5. And it's been a beautiful journey that has its ups and downs.
Yeah.
But she's been there all the way. When I said I was scared, I was so scared. The money I was earning in corporate then, if someone is earning it now, you are okay.
Wow.
You are okay with everything that's going on. And she was one that looked at me and says, this is what you're meant to do. Go and do it.
That is love.
So there's that. And then there's the reality of when I now got in. You see, I didn't realize anything about acting. All I wanted to do was act.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that I call it collateral upside, is that you become famous. I didn't. I didn't even know you could make a lot of money. I honestly was just going to live for 1 year and go.
Yeah.
But the next job came, and the money was something that is like breathing, and they are paying me. We'll do it. And again, it became a struggle. And then I realized, because I took it for granted that she understood. I did. There was a time I took it for granted until I started noticing a few things. She was a bit withdrawn. She was a bit, things were changing, And then I tried to have the conversation, but even she didn't realize that she was reacting. So it took a while of consistently trying to say, what's going on?
Yeah.
Because you're changing. There's a difference. Before she finally even looked at it by herself and realized, okay, there's a problem. We need to sit down, we need to talk. And we had the conversation. And you're right, people look at her and say, oh, she's quiet, she's reserved, that she can handle it. She can't handle it.
Yeah.
We have to handle it together. So right now,
Are you doing all of these things?
my wife does not follow me on Instagram.
No need
That
to
choice.
Yeah, by choice. She does not follow me on Instagram. She does not want to see
What to just
So get on her. Yeah.
when my film started showing, when I started out on things like local
Sexy
channels, those local platforms. We decided, okay, we're no longer watching local channels. Let's go and look for international channels. I'm now inside international channels, so now we're looking at ourselves. We are playing card games in the house now. You have to do everything you can to protect and preserve your environment, and we're trying. And again, it's still not. I don't take it for granted again that it's easy for her. So I have to check in once in a while. Yeah.
Thank you for being so honest.
Thank you for being so honest.
And it's quite refreshing because a lot of times it just always feels like partners, actors' partners, just have this DNA from heaven. They just get it, and then we know that we are regular women. There are sometimes I cannot imagine. Just imagine you're standing with your husband, and then a crop of women will just come from nowhere, and they will push you aside, and they are taking pictures all around him. And
Has that ever happened to you?
Exactly. For that to happen over and over again.
So it's a balance. It's that I can clock it, I can see it coming, so I'm already checking with her, and she's already, adjusting to get out of the way, So I'm like, are you good? Are you good? Are you good? And she's like, oh, do your thing, do your thing, and I separate myself.
Do your thing, man, mean different things, though.
Hey,
that was
me. I thought you do your thing. I don't mean do your thing. I thought you do your thing. I don't mean do your thing.
She's also the person that says, do you need help? Can I help you with your picture? And she helps,
If I help you, I'm helping you just because of that. I will not help you.
Had to adjust as well, grow and understand.
I wasn't thinking of the women flocking around you was affecting her. I'm thinking of how much has your commitment to your career taken a toll on her? Not just the cameras, time, location, all of that. Success. Sometimes in marriage you compare and you be like, I'm the one taking care of your children, money for you and all of that. How has that been?
It has really affected us. You see, there's something I found out. While women seem to have a natural ability, maybe it's a natural ability, I'm not sure, to multitask, men seem to only be able to do one thing at a time. And because I was trying to be the best I could be as an actor, I put in quite a lot of focus on that. My thinking then was, I'm making money and we are sorting you out, But some more needed to be done.
Yeah.
Last year was our 10th year anniversary, and I told her, I said, we're celebrating this whole year. It's not just the day. So we traveled.
Wow,
We went around the
fantastic.
world.
We saw the pictures.
You know what? You know what? You know what? The fact that my wife is not around right now
Is the result?
is because she's pregnant with our third child. And this is the first time.
Congratulations.
Yes. So in the next few days,
God's special grace of God.
yes, we will be adding an extra.
Another Okanlawon.
This
Yes, Only Fell in Love.
Thank you so much
And it's
for
from that last year.
No,
It's the result.
I used
We
my
thank
hands
God.
myself.
We have to go. So I have to just give you 10 seconds. Cinemas, where are you across the world? In Nigeria, where are you premiering tomorrow?
All's Fair in Love is in every cinema. It's actually supposed to come out on Friday, but we are doing an advanced screening, so we
Okay.
make sure that on Wednesday, Valentine's Day,
Tomorrow.
February 14th.
What cinemas?
It's in all cinemas.
cinemas.
Just go to any cinema around
What
you.
of those in Inodubio Yimbo?
So right now, those ones are going to wait until the international platforms, but
Okay.
Ghanaians have the opportunity to see the film
Got
as
you.
well.
Fantastic.
So it's showing in Ghana, it's showing in Nigeria, and then hopefully we can go on tour to several cities around the world in the next few months.
Fantastic. Actually, that's all we can take on today's show. Hope you learned a few things as we have. Thank you so much, Deyemi, for coming. We enjoyed your company. Our regards to your wife. And we hope to celebrate on the baby. And we're really excited for you. Congratulations. All right, we'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Valentine's Day is tomorrow. Please call in. Let us know what you're doing, how you're doing it, and how you're protecting yourself.
What you're wearing?
And what you're wearing. Okay, what you're wearing. Bye. See you tomorrow. Bye.